Breaking now at 5:30, a manhunt continues for a second suspect police say was involved in a mass shooting at Seattle Center. Police say 3 people were killed and 4 others hurt after that shootout in the middle of a crowded food festival. We have KOMO team coverage this morning. Steve McCarron is at the Seattle Center live this morning with more on the manhunt and the first arrest overnight. And Natalie Fahmy is live at Harborview Medical Center with the latest on the updates on the conditions of the victims there. So good morning to you. I'm Patrick Hushin. Meteorologist George Waldenberger is tracking your forecast. But first, again, we begin with our team coverage on breaking news at the Seattle Center. That mass shooting at the Bite of Seattle, leaving 3 people dead, 4 hurt. 1 young person is in custody. Another possible shooter on the run. Let's get right to KOMO's Steve McCarron live at Seattle Center. Steve, what are you seeing? What are you hearing? What's the latest there?
Well, Patrick, just in the past 30 minutes or so, we heard from a security guard on the grounds of Seattle Center here that the grounds are currently closed, only open to vendors who are likely coming back to look at some of their booths that have been set up and certainly some of the belongings that they left behind in the chaos of this that unfolded last night. Also seeing a little bit of police tape up as well, and a number of guards walking around the grounds here just to make sure that people who are not supposed to be on the grounds this morning are not here. Let me show you some video. Police say the bullets started flying just after 6 o'clock last night. What you're looking at here is video captured from a vendor at the Bite of Seattle. It shows the moments frantic bystanders started running away from the scene. This is just north of the Seattle Center Armory as officers ran past them toward the area where those shots were fired. Police say 2 people exchanged gunshots. There were several gunshots. We know 7 people were hit, including a toddler. A 3rd person, in addition to the 2 people that lost their lives, died at Harborview Medical Center. All the victims were apparently bystanders. So officers quickly arrested 1 person, took him down to police headquarters to be interviewed. Police told us last night there's 1 other person they're looking at, possibly more, but they need witness help to track that person down.
We have witnesses. There are witnesses. They're not coming forward. We need people to be brave, to reach out to us. You can do so anonymously. We know that we have people who probably have evidence or have information that they can share with us. So please, come forward. You can call our hotline. It's 206-233-5000. We need information. We need help to solve this crime.
So at this point, little is known about the man who was taken into custody last night. It is possible, according to the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, that that person could appear in court later on today. Back out live here, the acting chief told reporters last night that no cameras that he's aware of were posted in the area where these shots were fired. One of the other big questions this morning is a possible motive. Detectives say they're going to be looking into that throughout the day, try to figure out why these shots were exchanged between at least 2 people last night. We just learned this in the past 30 minutes or so too, Patrick. The Youth Peace and Justice Foundation, which was formerly known as the, we have somebody throwing some debris here at us. It was formerly known as the Uvalde Foundation for Kids, is now offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and identification of at least another suspect here. But we had a bystander here throw some debris here at us. Looks like it was some filled water bottles, but certainly heightened tensions here as a result of what happened last night and the tragedy that unfolded with 3 lives being lost. Patrick, back to you.
All right, Steve, if you're okay to continue real quick, there are quite a few businesses there on the Seattle Center grounds. Do we know how they might be impacted today, if at all?
Yeah, we're looking into that. Still looking to see whether or not the Space Needle will be open today, and also Mopop, but we know that Pacific Science Center will be closed today. The monorail, which is obviously a popular thing to use between Seattle Center and Westlake Park, is going to reopen at 7:30 this morning. Back to you.
All right, KOMO's Natalie Fahmy is live at Harborview Medical Center. Natalie, what do we know so far this morning about the victims there?
Yeah, Patrick, and I'll just kind of recap what we've heard from Steve, too. We know 2 people died at the scene. A 3rd person died after arriving to the hospital last night. 3 people are currently hospitalized in satisfactory condition, and we know 1 woman declined to be transported to the hospital with minor injuries. I will say it is feeling heavy here this morning, even though this is not the scene where it happened. We just know the heaviness of the whole situation.
At the time, it's just like, just run. Like, literally just run. That's literally on your mind. A swarm of people all trying to run to safety after they heard what some witnesses say were at least 24 gunshots being fired.
It was supposed to be a good day.
4 people, including a 2-year-old boy, were taken to Harborview Medical Center. 1 person died at the medical center. As of last night, Harborview officials tell us the other 3 people are in satisfactory condition, including a 39-year-old woman, a 23-year-old man, and a 2-year-old. Hospital officials say their injuries involve gunshot wounds to the leg, abdomen, and arm.
It's insane. Like, it's just, I've never been a part of something like this, and it's not heartbreaking. I don't, that's crazy. I got no words for that. Like, it hurts. Yeah. It does.
We're always ready because we're the level 1 trauma center. So if something like this happens, an unfortunate shooting, then we deliver, and that's what we did this evening.
And again, 3 people still in the hospital this morning. We did reach back out to Harborview this morning for an update on those victims' conditions, and we'll bring you that update as soon as we hear back. Live at Harborview Medical Center, I'm Natalie Fahmy, KOMO News.
Natalie, thank you. We are hearing from our lawmakers representing our state in Washington, D.C. after that mass shooting last night at Seattle Center. Senator Maria Cantwell posting on X saying, "This is a tragic situation. My heart goes out to the victims, their families, and all of those affected. I'm following developments closely." She also thanked all of the first responders at the Seattle Center, Harborview, and the city of Seattle. King County Executive Gurmai Zahalai also released a statement. He says, "For years, the Bite has been one of Seattle's signature summer traditions. To see violence at a place that brings so many people together is heartbreaking and unacceptable. My heart is with the victims and their loved ones, those who were senselessly injured, Seattle Center employees and vendors, and everyone who has been traumatized by this experience. I'm also grateful for the first responders who rushed in to protect others and care for the injured." It's been over a decade since an event at the Seattle Center fell victim to gun violence like what we saw last night. In May of 2012, a man was injured after being shot in the leg at the Folk Life Festival. Court documents from the time state that the shooter and another person were in a fight when the shooter pulled out a revolver and fired 4 shots. One of those shots hit Ryan Burr, who was walking nearby. Burr would recover in the hospital. That shooter was later arrested. According to Seattle's crime dashboard, yesterday's 3 deaths were the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th deaths by homicide in Seattle this month in July. It was just last month that the city celebrated its first homicide-free June in over a half a century. In all, there's been 15 homicides in the city of Seattle this year, and that's still on pace for the fewest since 2020. Last year set the decade's record low at 32 total. Stay with KOMO News as we track the newest details of this mass shooting. We'll have updates on the air and online on KOMOnews.com.